Welcome to Splendid Tales, where every humiliation meets its reckoning, and the louder the hate, the harder the fall. It was just another Thursday morning at Maple Ridge High, where privilege walked in Letterman jackets and cruelty wore cologne. The halls buzzed with whispers as Amani Carter, quiet, smart, the black farm girl from the edge of town, opened her locker unaware of the trap waiting for her. Chase McKinley leaned on the locker beside hers, his grin smug enough to stain glass. Well, look who's riding her little horse into our spotlight. Didn't know charity booths came with affirmative action, he sneered. His friends Brent and Kyle snickered, phones already recording. Amani turned calmly, her voice soft but steady. You could have helped instead of hating, but I guess building something is harder than breaking it. Chase's smile twitched. He slammed the locker shut, her wrist caught painfully between the metal. She gasped, biting back a cry as the hallway exploded with laughter. Someone yelled, "Yeehaw, cowgirl!" Another tossed her papers across the floor like confetti. Chase leaned in, whispering, "Go on, show that farm temper. Give us the viral moment." Amani met his eyes, not with tears, but steel. "You'll regret recording this before I ever regret living it." The crowd went silent. Then came the laughter again, uglier, emptier. If you're watching this, hit like if you've ever seen someone try to humiliate light itself, because trust me, this story's just warming up. That night, the Carter farm sat under a bruised moon. The old porch light flickered against the sound of crickets and tired horses. Amani sat on the steps, bruised wrist resting on her knee, scrolling through her phone, hundreds of notifications flashing her name under hashtags she didn't deserve. Hash farm girl fail. Hash locker showdown. Her father, Samuel Carter, a broad-shouldered man with kind eyes dulled by years of labor, walked out quietly holding 2 mugs of cocoa. "You know," he said, sitting beside her, "bullies don't laugh because they're strong. They laugh so they don't have to listen." Amani blinked hard, her voice cracking. "Feels like nobody cares, Daddy. They just watch." He smiled faintly. "They're watching now, baby girl, but one day they'll be watching you for a different reason." The next morning, she walked through those same halls again, chin up, eyes forward. Laughter trailed her like a shadow, but she never flinched. She handed back homework for teachers, helped a freshman pick up his books, even smiled when Chase's friends tried to trip her. But what nobody noticed was her phone camera tucked between her books, recording everything. Because sometimes silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. If you're feeling her strength right now, hit like, because the way this girl flips the script, it'll make you stand up and cheer. By the next week, something strange started happening at Maple Ridge High. The same crowd that once laughed now whispered. Teachers avoided eye contact with Chase. Even the principal, who'd brushed off Amani's complaint with a "boys will be boys," looked uneasy whenever she passed. What none of them knew was that a storm was brewing, and Amani wasn't its only architect. Coach Rylan Hayes, the school's new athletic director, had seen that viral video. He'd watched Chase slam the locker, watched Amani's quiet restraint. But what the internet didn't know, he'd been there that day, watching from down the hall. It didn't sit right. And when Amani's cousin Leah, a local TV intern, mentioned she had unedited security footage from that same hallway, Coach Hayes knew exactly what to do. He started attending football practices, silent, observant. Every time Chase barked orders, Hayes just nodded, taking notes. When the booster board asked about Chase's scholarship recommendation, he smiled politely. "Let's hold off until the upcoming ceremony," he said. "I want leadership to speak for itself." Meanwhile, Amani kept her calm. She volunteered for the school's open day setup, right in the gym where Chase's big award ceremony was being planned. Her smile said nothing. Her eyes said everything. If you think you know where this is going, you don't. Hit like if you're ready for the flip that'll make every bully rethink their pride. The gym gleamed that morning, banners waving, cameras rolling, the crowd buzzing for the Maple Ridge High Athlete of the Year ceremony. Chase McKinley stood center stage, polished smile ready, white jersey spotless, confidence dripping like cologne. The principal cleared his throat. Leadership, integrity, honor. Then the lights flickered. The projector came alive. At first, it looked like a highlight reel, but then came the raw footage. Chase cornering Amani, her wrist slammed in the locker, laughter echoing, his friends recording. His voice, venomous, mocking. The crowd gasped. Then another angle, the school camera showing the full shove, the full humiliation. Dead silence. Then came a second clip, Imani, later that same day helping the janitor clean that same hallway. Her voice faint. Kindness always wins in the end. Coach Hayes stepped forward, his voice calm but sharp as thunder. This isn't leadership. But that young woman, he nodded toward Imani, that's what character looks like. Cameras turned. Reporters moved in. Leah's news crew streamed it live. By sunset, the clip had gone viral nationwide. Chase's scholarship? Gone. Sponsors? Vanished. When Imani walked in Monday, the same lockers that once trapped her were covered with notes. You made us proud. You stood tall for all of us. She passed Chase scrubbing graffiti by hand. We farm girls, she smiled. We grow through dirt. This has been Splendid Tales, where humiliation meets redemption. Which twist hit you the hardest?